Here we go again. Let's see how this one goes, right guys? All right. Hey guys, Matt here. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to talk to you about the 7 reasons why I prefer real estate investing over investing in stocks. So some of you may or may not know, but I've actually worked in the financial industry for over 15 years. I'm a certified financial planner. I have a real estate agent license, mortgage broker license. I've invested in all sorts of different stuff, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, options. I'm really coming at this from a point of view of why I prefer real estate investing and why I think it's the better investment choice for most people over investing in the stock market. The first reason why I prefer real estate is I can touch it. It's a physical asset. I can actually go to it. I can visit it. I can drive by it. I can see how my investment is doing. I can do maintenance and repairs to it. I can do upgrades to it. You just can't do that with stocks. With other investments, you're completely out of the driver's seat. Someone else is controlling everything. Your financial future is completely dependent on other people, which I don't like. The second reason I love real estate is leverage. If I'm starting with $25,000 and I'm looking to purchase stocks or bonds or mutual funds, all I can do is buy $25,000 worth of that investment. In that above example, let's say I did buy $25,000 worth of stocks and it increased in value by 8%. Well, in that year, I would have made $2,000 worth of profit. The great thing with real estate is I can use the bank's money and I can actually take that same $25,000 and I can invest in a property of up to $500,000 depending on how I'm purchasing it and what program I might be using to make that purchase. However, if you were to have purchased that $500,000 investment property, that 8% would have made you $40,000 instead of $2,000. That's a difference of $38,000 that goes right onto your net worth and straight into your pocket. And that's why I love leverage so much, because you're actually using the bank's money, that mortgage, to make you richer. That doesn't even take into account the other ways that you can make money with real estate, which brings me to the next point. Reason number 3, there are multiple ways to make money from real estate investing. You got appreciation, you got cash flow, and you've got mortgage pay down. If you would have watched my video from last week, which I'll link right here, I break down the 3 ways that you make money from real estate and a real life example of how we used it to grow our net worth. Reason 4 is control. One of my biggest issues with owning stocks is the complete and utter lack of control that I have over my own financial success. When you're a shareholder in a public company, you have no control over your investment. You don't really know what's going on behind the scenes with how that company is being run or what's going on with the people running that company. There have been a lot of examples in the past of companies not running their business ethically, and this has cost a lot of investors a lot of money. At least with real estate, you have some control over your investment. If you're noticing expenses are a bit high, you can do things to actually make a change to that. You can swap out old appliances for more energy efficient ones. You can change out light bulbs to more energy efficient ones. You can swap out toilets, showers with a more low flow option, which can cut down your monthly expenses. So these are just a few ways that you can actually impact your real estate investment. But what can you do with a stock? If you notice that Tesla stocks drop by 20%, you have 2 options. You can either buy more of that stock or you can sell your stock. Number 5, there's a lot of creative ways that you can make more money with real estate. When you own a stock, there's really only 2 ways that you make money. Either appreciation, because the stock goes up in value, or if you're fortunate enough to own a stock that pays dividends and they're paying it that year, you can make money that way too. Now with real estate, there's a lot of creative ways that you can make money. If you own a house that has a detached garage, you can actually rent out the garage as storage space for extra income. One of the properties that we have, we actually rent out a parking spot for $200 a month. If you own a small apartment building, you can put in coin-operated laundry so you can make income that way. You can add a basement apartment to one of your homes, bringing in extra income and increasing the value. There are dozens of creative things that you can do with real estate, and you just don't get that kind of flexibility with stocks. Number 6. You can get access to your equity without actually selling the asset. In the above example, when I was talking about the $25,000, if I had that in stocks or mutual funds, when I wanted to access that money, I'd have to sell the stock or mutual fund to get that cash out. The great thing about real estate is you can actually refinance a property and pull some equity out that you can use to invest in more properties or any other kind of investment, and you don't need to sell the house to do this. One of the main reasons why that's important is when I cashed out stocks or mutual funds, I actually had to pay tax on the gains that I made from that investment. But when I refinance a property and I take some of that equity out to reinvest, it doesn't trigger any taxes. That's a great thing. Speaking of taxes, that brings me to my next point. There are many tax advantages to owning real estate. Make sure you talk to your accountant about which tax advantages apply to you, as it does vary state by state, province by province, or country by country. But needless to say, there's a lot of advantages to investing in real estate. You get to write off interest, other expenses. This is definitely one of the reasons why I love real estate over stocks. Okay guys, so there you have it. Those are the 7 reasons why I prefer real estate investing over stocks. Now this doesn't mean that real estate investing is for everyone. Obviously, everyone has different circumstances, but I feel like you owe it to yourself to do a little bit of research on real estate investing to see if it fits for you and your family's financial future. One thing to note is that real estate investing is definitely more hands-on than investing in stocks, which might not be for everyone. Thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you guys loved it. Make sure you subscribe and hit that like button. I'm going to be posting here every week. Leave any comments or questions you have down below. See you next week.